Let's continue with hip work, or different isolations of the hip. We are going to be isolating one hip at a time, and we're going to start with hip drops, and we will do variations of those movements. Let's begin. Feet below the hips, bend the knees, taking one foot, placing it slightly in front of the other on the ball of the foot as if you're wearing a high heel shoe. You're going to bend into it, tuck your pelvis under, lift the rib cage tall, shoulders up and back, arms in front holding that beach ball, and out to the side, and relax for balance. Now, taking the hip, lifting it up into the rib cage and releasing it down. Again, lift your hip up into the rib cage and release it down. Again, lifting deep up and release. Last time, lifting up and release. Let's try it a little faster. Lift, drop, good, drop. Now, I want you to add a glute squeeze or contraction on the down. Good, you're going to squeeze and squeeze. This is going to make the movement a little bit sharp, a little more clean. Good. Now, knees are bent, ladies. That back knee is bent. If you straighten your back leg, you're going to cut off the movement, and it's going to come back up into the upper body. So keep the knee bent, earthy and low to the ground. Imagine you're punching the floor. Punch it down. Good. Drop it. Hip drop. Hip drop. Good. Be careful of the upper body. It's not moving. No bouncy, bouncy, so I don't want to see you bouncing around. Good. And 5 and 6. Let's go a little faster. And give me drop, drop. Good. Now this is where we usually start to bounce. You can keep that knee bent, and that will really help you with that. So be careful of bouncy, bouncy. The upper body should not be moving. Good. Concentrate. Use the muscles, the obliques. Good. 5, 6, 7, and release. Take a deep breath. Good. Exhale. Let's go to the other side. Bending. 1 foot up, 1.5, which means foot in a high heel shoe. Plied, tucked under, lifted up, rolled back, arms out to the side, and relax. Let's try flow. Lift and relax. Lift and drop. Lift the hip up with the obliques and release. Obliques, release. Good. 5, 6. Let's try it a little faster. Give me down and down. Hip drop, down. Add that glute contraction. Squeeze, squeeze. Good. Arms for balance. Knees are bent. Apple under the chin. Opened chest. Good. Feel the hip. Drop, drop. And let's try it a little faster. And drop, drop, down. Punch the floor. Punch, down, down. Keep it up, keep it up. Give me 5 and 6 and 7. Last time. Whew. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Shake it out. Now let's keep going. Back into our posture, into position. 1 foot up, tucking under, lifting, rolling, and our arms. Now we're going to add a variation. Just go ahead and give me a basic drop. A hip drop, and it's a basic. Nothing fancy about it yet. We're going to soon add a release of the foot for what we call a hip drop with a kick, or a slide of the foot. Let's try it. I want you to drop, slide the foot. Drop, slide the foot. It's a very low level slide. Your foot slides on the floor. It's almost like you're kicking a ball. Drop and kick. Now all of your weight is on the balancing leg. Balance with those arms. Good. Touch and release. Now point those toes. Beautiful. Drop and point. Good. Be careful of a turnout. No turnout, no twisting. It's straight ahead. Boom. Good. 5 and 6. Let's try it a little faster. Let's go. Drop, kick, drop, kick. Be careful of bouncy, bouncy. Just the isolation of the hip. Hip work. Good. Keep going. Touch, kick. Knees are bent. Release. Give me 5 and 6 and 7. Take a break. Deep breath. Inhale. Whew. Exhale. Shake out the legs. Let's go to the other side. Bending. Touch, tuck, lift, roll. Arms and give me a basic hip drop. Nice. And 5, 6. Now we're going to add that slide. Drop and slide. So we always drop first, then slide. We drop and we straighten the leg. Drop and straighten. Drop and kick. Good. Drop, release. Balancing with the arms and on the stabilized leg, squeezing the glutes. Good. Now let's go a little faster. And drop, kick, drop, kick. No bouncy, bouncy. Both knees bent. Good. Touch, release, drop, kick. 5 and 6 and 7 and release. Deep breath again. Inhale, exhale, nice. Shake it out. Good. Let's add another variation of the basic hip drop. Bending, back in 1.5. Right foot in a high heel shoe, tucked under, lifted, rolled, arms, and balanced. Nice and plied and earthy. Now, I want you to lift your hip up into the rib cage, twist your hip forward. I want you to drop your hip down. You're going to lift it back up, twist again, and drop it to the back. Let's try it a little faster. Lift and drop, lift and drop. We call this a crescent hip drop. Okay, lift and drop. You can imagine you're drawing a rainbow with the hip on the wall. Lift, drop front, lift, drop back. You lift, twist, drop, lift, twist a little faster. Now front and back. Good, so twist and twist. Up, down, up, down. Good, keep the knees close. Be careful not to open the knees. Imagine you're wearing a very tight cocktail dress, like a mermaid dress that goes all the way to the knees and then flares out. So everything is nice and closed and ladylike. Front and back. Good. Let's go even faster. Double time. And front, back, front, back, front, back. Nice. It's forward, back, twist it and drop, drop. Punch the floor, and 5 and 6 and 7. Take a break. Deep breath. Up and release. Other side now. Good. Bending, touch, tuck, lift, and roll. Same posture. Nice. Now lift, twist, drop, and lift, twist, drop. A little faster. Lift, twist, drop, and a little faster. And front and back. Good. Hip drop to the front, hip drop to the back. Twist and twist. Imagine your hip is jumping over a hurdle. Up, down, up, down. Good. Feet and knees are close. Twist. Arms for balance, rib cage lifted, apple under the chin. Good. Working on the hip drops. More specific, the crescent hip drops. Crescent like a half circle or a half moon. Right now we're drawing a rainbow. Up front, up back. Good. It's forward and back. Let's try it a little faster. And give me front, back, front, back. Good. Breathing now. Good. Through the nose, out the mouth. Good. And punch, punch. Last. 5 and 6 and 7. Take a breather. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Shake out the thighs, shake out the legs. Let's finish with the last variation. Bending, one foot up, ball of the foot, tuck, lift, roll, same position. Nice. Now we're going to start in a very low plie, and we're going to slide our hip over to one side, and we're going to slide our hip out to the other side. Slide the weight inside, slide the weight outside. So the hip is inside the shoulder. Now the hip is outside the shoulder. It's inside and outside. Now you're going to have a hip drop. Lift, drop inside, lift, drop outside. Lift, drop inside, lift, drop out. Notice you're up on the ball of the foot the whole time. You're in a high heel shoe the whole time. Lift, drop in, lift, and faster. It's in, it's out. This is another variation of the hip drop. also called a crescent. Instead of forward and back, this one is in and out. And you're still drawing that rainbow, just on a different wall. Good. In and out. Now this one can take some time. Good. This one can take some time. Just keep using your shoulder as a reference. Okay, so the shoulder is a reference. The hip goes inside the shoulder, outside, inside, outside, last. 5, 6, 7, and release. Deep breath again. Inhale. Exhale. Let's finish on the other side. Bend, one foot up, high heel shoe. Tucking in, lifting, rolling, arms. Nice. Start with the slide. Slide in, slide out. Good. Sliding inside, sliding out. Now let's add the hip drop. It's in, it's out. One more time, slow. It's in, it's out. A little faster. And in, out, in, out. Good. Inside the shoulder, outside. Reach. Remember, you stay up on the foot in the high heel shoe. Knees are bent. Keep those knees bent. Good. Breathing with it. Arms for balance. It's in and out. Good. Reach it. Drop. Drop. Squeezing that glute. Don't forget about that glute on the supporting leg. Good. Keep going. In and out. Here's 5, 6, 7, and release. Take a deep breath up. Last time. All right, we're going to finish up with hip lifts. In the same position, 1.5, tucking under, lifting up, shoulders back, arms, and balancing. Now we're going to reverse everything. Instead of on the down, we're going on the up. Lift up and relax. Lift up and relax. This move is a little more natural to the body. It's not as challenging. Let's go faster. Up and up. So you're pushing your hip up into the ceiling, contracting from the oblique and from the front glute now. You're pushing off the floor and bump your hip. Good. Gain ownership of the hip. Bump the hip up. Good. Up and up. Last. 5 and 6. Get ready. We're going to speed it up. And give me up, up. Good. Up, up. Push that hip. Release it. Push it up. Good. Last. 5 and 6 and 7 and release. Deep breath again. Last time, release. Let's finish now with our hip work. Other side hip lift. Good. What we do on one side, we must do on the other. Arms. Good. Releasing. Starting with me. Pushing up and up. Good. Up to tempo. Good. Up. Good. Pushing. Up. Keep it going. Good. Keep that pelvis tucked in. Upper body open and lifted. Elongate those fingers. So now your accent is up now. Up. Accenting is going up. Good. Push up. Feel the release in the hips on the way up. Good. Last time. Let's go a little faster. And up, 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 up. Push. Pushing off the floor in the high heel shoe. Good. Release. Up, 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 up. Good. 5 and 6 and 7. Take a break. Inhale. Exhale. Shake it off. We're done with hip work. Good job, girls.